Hi, and welcome to my continuation of my series of watching and reviewing the Spider-Man movie leading up to Spider-Man Brand New Day. Okay? And then from August to December, I'm going to review the only the good Spider-Man movie, only the good MCU movie, and only the good X-Men movie. And then I will also review few of the underrated Spider-Man movie, X-Men movie, and MCU movie that I see that got a lot of hate, but I think are really good. And so that's why I say they're underrated. Okay? So that would be from August to December before Doomsday comes out. Avengers Doomsday comes out. Okay? Before Christmas. Okay? So today I'm on the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Okay? The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Okay? So, it got 6.6 out of 10 on IMDb. 51% from the critics on Rotten Tomatoes. The audience, 64% from the audience, but now they call it popcorn meter. Okay? So, directed by Mark Webb. Collected what else he directed. He directed Gifted, The Only Little Boy in New York, and the Disney live action remake of Snow White. I gotta be honest, the live action Snow White is one of the worst movie I ever seen in my life. And that's probably like the worst remake I ever seen in my life. And, okay, they have Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, Jamie Foxx, Campbell Scott, Sally Field. May 2nd, 2014, 142 minutes, 200, 293, 716.9 million. Okay. Uh, so, um, came out 2014. We had a lot of Marvel movies came out 2014. Okay, so let me see if I can remember. We have The Amazing Spider-Man 2. We have, let's see, what's the other one? I think we have Guardian of the Galaxy. And we have Days of Future Past. I think, yeah. Days of Future Past, Guardian of the Galaxy, and The Winter Soldier. Okay, and let me see if I'm correct. Okay, um, okay. So yep, it came out. It came out in 2014. Okay, um, okay, and then um, Days of Future Past. So I would say we had a good year in 2014 for comic book movies for Marvel. This were like um, the only bad one. Okay, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't really truly hate it like a lot of people do. The only thing bad about this movie is it was trying to shove too many villains, too many plot in the movie. Okay, kind of like um, what they said about like Iron Man 2 and I don't think Iron Man 2 is as bad as this movie. Okay? Um, now, okay, I'm gonna tell you something. Back in 2012, when I heard that they're making a another Spider-Man movie, and what is Tobey Maguire, I said, you know what, I'm not going to go see it, because they're not Tobey Maguire, and my brother, I think one of my brothers got mad at me or something, and then, I might saw it, like a year later, in 2013 or something, or something like that, I don't remember if I did or not, and then, in 2014, I think, you know what I'll do? I'll give it a chance and go see the new one, Amazing Spider-Man 2. And boy, I was wrong. It was bad. I thought it was gonna be good, but it was bad. X-Men Days of Future Past, Winter Soldier, The Guardians of the Galaxy. They are awesome. They're like some of the Marvel's best movies. Okay. Okay. Andrew Garfield. And a lot of people say, oh, Spider-Man. No. To me, Andrew Garfield, the few movies I've seen of him, his best movie is Hacksaw Ridge. And I highly recommend going seeing that. So if you haven't watched it, go check it out. Look it up and see what streaming service has it, or go buy it, order it on Amazon or wherever. Watch Hacksaw Ridge, okay? That's one of the best movies I've seen in the last 20 years. Okay? Because nowadays, if I go see a movie, like, let's just say, throughout the whole year, I go see like 10 movies, maybe one or two of them will be good, and I really like, and the rest of them, power garbage. Okay? So, okay, I thought, Andrew Garfield was fine at Peter Parker's like Spider-Man. Same thing with Tom Holland. But I told someone the other day, Tobey Maguire made me like Spider-Man. Chris Evans made me like Captain America. Hugh Jackman made me like Wolverine. That's why those are my three favorite Marvel superhero comic book movies. Comic book characters, whatever you want to call them. Okay. Now there's some other comic book that I like, comic book character I like, but they haven't turned them into a movie, or they did, but the movie was bad. Punisher, Hulk, Ghost Rider. Okay, but maybe I'll do a video try to come up with like maybe my top 10 favorite superheroes, or top 10 favorite Marvel characters, something like that. Okay, later down the road. Now, this movie, the bad thing I told you about this movie was trying to shove in too many subplot and too many villains. Okay, if the movie came out and if it was just the relationship between Gwen Stacy, Peter Parker / Spider-Man, and Electro guy as the villain, and the other people were in the movie. Harry, if he wasn't in the movie, Rhino guy wasn't in the movie. Just Electro was the only villain in the movie. If that was the movie, I think this would be a better movie. Okay? And that's my personal opinion. I think that's how you can make this movie a lot better. Okay? Cause the guy that played Harry, oh my goodness, the worst version, or the worst reincarnation, what you want to call it, Harry, I think I'm saying. He's nothing like the one from the Tobey Maguire trilogy. Okay? Okay? I didn't care if his version died or not. Okay, like no emotional. Okay, and he's just in one movie. Okay, um, okay, but I think everybody agrees that the best thing about this movie, the best thing about this movie is is the relationship, the romance between Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy. Okay, and and then she died, so it was kind of sad. So yeah, okay. So I don't totally hate it, but when you shove all the story, the characters, the villain in the movie, kind of like what they did with Spider-Man 3. Okay, so I have to be honest. That's the only reason why this movie is bad. Now I could put it in and watch it and get entertainment out of it, enjoy it. Okay, but there's some comic book movie I put in. I'm like, this is a piece of crap. I'm turning this off. Like Ghost Rider 2, Catwoman, Elektra. Okay, the list can go on and on. Okay, so so I would say this is like a guilty pleasure for me. Um, the only thing that's good is the relationship between the relationship between Grant and Peter. I liked all the fights between Electro and Peter Parker. You know, Electro and Spider-Man. Okay, so um, it's an F. Okay, it's an F because too many stories, too many villain and characters. Kind of like I said earlier with Spider-Man 3. Guilty pleasure. I can stick it in, like I said, a while ago, watch it and get some entertainment out of it. For that, a D. So a D or an F. Okay? So thank you. And in a day or two, I'll go watch Spider-Man Homecoming.